everybody, it is Katie here, and I have survived the dreaded week 3 of NaNoWriMo. Barely. So, historically, the third week of NaNoWriMo is the worst for me. The absolute worst. And this year was no exception. It is day 22 as I am filming this video, and I have about 34,000 words. I've fallen behind quite a bit. It's quite miraculous that I've been able to get to where I'm at actually, because the other day I was about 4,000 words behind. So I'm still behind, but at least I'm not as behind as I was. Like I said, week 3 is always the slowest week for me. It's the week where I find myself struggling the most, but I do usually have one of those days where I just stop everything and get a bunch of writing done and I manage to catch up a lot. That hasn't happened this week at all. I have not had one of those days. This is the week where I've regretted not planning in advance the most. Over the past couple of days I really could have done with a plan that I could go back and look at to tell myself how to move forward, but I had nothing to look back on because I thought it was a good idea to go into this without a proper idea. Terrible mistake. Don't go in unprepared, kids. So my plot is a complete mess. It's all over the place. I don't really know what's going on. Neither do my characters. Poor things. Someone please save them. It's been quite ironic this week actually, because before doing this NaNoWriMo, I actually said, I think in my first video, that I was more comfortable writing more urban fantasy stories. So instead of creating a whole world of my own, I normally create a world within our own world. This week, more than anything, I wished that I had set this story in a completely different world where I could make all the rules, instead of just taking the stereotypical route of having a race of people who have to hide themselves from normal people. So considering I didn't want to make my own world for this story, I wish I'd made my own world for the story. It just would have made it a lot easier, and I think I could have played around with the plot a lot more if I had done that. Over the past few days I feel like my story's been really limited. This has been a week of regrets. Obviously I can't do anything about it now. We're going into the final week of Nano, so the only thing I can do is stop whining and just finish what I'm writing at the moment. And then once it's over, after at least a month away from it, I'm gonna need a month to recover from this. After taking some time away from it, I can come back to these characters and put them in a different world, because they deserve it. They deserve a better story than the one I'm giving them right now. Another thing I've really struggled with this week is that I don't feel like the stakes are high enough in my story. I have a main character that's supposed to be quite antagonistic, but he's not the actual villain. So a lot of the story has basically just been him being sarcastic. He's not actually that dangerous. And then the overall villain is kind of hidden in the story and not revealed until later on. But at the moment I just don't feel like there's enough danger in my story. I need to make these characters suffer. So obviously we're heading into the final week now, which is completely terrifying because it's gone by far too quickly. I don't even feel like I'm halfway through my story yet, let alone anywhere near the end. So my hopes for next week is to just actually write. I need to get somewhere. I don't know where, but I've got to take the story somewhere. Who knows, maybe I'll have a last minute flash of inspiration and my final week of Nano will be me sorting out this mess of a plot. I'm not optimistic for that at all. So basically that's all I can think of to say about this past horrible week. This is probably going to be a very short video because I actually have to not film and write instead. If you're taking part in NaNoWriMo this year, then please do let me know how this third week has gone for you down in the comments. Has it been a complete and utter nightmare, or are you thriving in your writerly journey this month? Let me know all the things. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time after NaNoWriMo has ended and I've hopefully won. Bye!